The purpose of this video is to show you some PvP theory that I had come up with. It's a bit different from what you see out there, and it focuses on both offense and defense. The entire setup is possible due to three special axes. Those three axes are the Germ Great Axe, the Lion Great Axe, and the Bandit Great Axe, which is the ghetto version, and I don't recommend using it. When you dual wield any of the ultra great swords, great hammers, any of the heavy weapons over 18 pounds, when you use your power stance swing, you get that overhand smash. And anyone that's tried to do it in PvP knows it's just too slow. You can't really land it unless you get lucky, especially against a good player. The three axes I mentioned change all that. For whatever reason, these three axes, when you power stance and use one of the heavy weapons in your right hand, when you use your L1 power stance swing, it doesn't do the overhand thud. It does a left-handed swipe. It's got great reach and it's got great width. You can use a great hammer. And my personal favorite, which I believe does the most damage, would be the Crypt Black Sword. To maximize damage, you want to put your heavy damage weapon in your right hand so that you can cast a buff on it. And for the case of this build, I use Resonant Weapon. And you want to have some gear that protects you from magic, because more often than not, when you get beatdowns, it's because of really heavy magic damage that hits you fast and hard. And not only do you need to stay light to carry these heavy weapons, I think I would wear this sort of setup even if the weapons I were carrying is light, because I believe that most people undervalue elemental defense and place way too much emphasis on physical. So for me, I wear the Warlock Mask, the Black Witch Robe +5, which is an amazing chest piece. It's like the elemental version of Havel's. I do wear the gauntlets. I do have one piece in there, so I get some poise, and I do get some good physical addition. And the Chaos Boots are a good lightweight magic defense piece that I like to wear. There's a few choices that are similar. You can pick whichever one you like. If you just cannot wear a dress, you know, whatever, can't wear it, can't do it, I would say use the Jester's robes. It gives you 74 across the board in your defenses against magic, and it also protects you from, it nullifies crits. So that would be my choice if I wasn't going to wear you know, the Black Witch dress. For my rings, I go with the third dragon ring. Can't really go wrong with that. I use the Ring of Blades. Stamina regen, gotta have that one. And I go for even more magic defense with the Dispelling Ring, which is +60 across the board. So if you take a look at this, I have over 600, you know, or over 670 in all my physical defenses, and 448 is my lowest elemental defense. And I found that a balanced approach to your defensive numbers mitigates a lot more damage than going super heavy physical, like wearing all Havels. Plus, if you wear all Havels, you can't carry the heavy weapons as well. I use a Bow of Want for ranged if I have to switch. And for casting my buffs, I just use a Witch Tree Bellvine. It weighs half a pound, and it casts all the spells I need it to cast. Now the main drawback to this is, yes, it's for higher level. I was doing some more of the math on it, and I figure you got to be at about 225 to be able to start to pull this off. And to use the germ great axe, which I use, you need 75 strength. The lion great axe is an awesome alternative. You only need 45 strength to dual wield it. And for your right hand, use a regular greatsword. It's got great reach, it does big damage. I think I mentioned, but both of these weapons upgrade with regular titanite, so you don't have to go farming for high level mats to buff your weapons. There's a couple of other great options to use in your right hand. Back to the curved dragon greatsword. This one's special because you can do what we're talking about here with the side swing power stance, and you can also use your R2 without switching out a power stance, and that makes for a really tough combo to deal with for a lot of people. Also consider the smelter's greatsword, ultra greatsword. You know, same deal with the swing. However, you can use your R2 like the curved dragon. It's just, you know, it's fire and it doesn't quite have the reach of the other one. So when I'm getting ready for my match and I'm inside the cage waiting for it to open, this is all I do. I put on a Great Magic Barrier, a Sacred Oath, and I usually hang out and wait for the gate to open and take a few steps out when I know the match is going to start, and then I'll do my resonant weapon. Anyways, here's some matches that I played, and I tried to use a few of the different weapons so you could get an idea of just how strong this can be when you take it into arena. If you have any questions, just feel free to leave a comment.